short and sweet. Hello friends, when we have several audio recordings, it is challenging to put them in sync. Often you don't have to put them in sync, but sometimes you want to. There are a few videos out there putting singing voices in sync. Let me do it with spoken word. It's a very quick way to demonstrate the power of that technology, new in early 2025. I'll read a brief text. Which text? That does not matter at all. I choose the text from the manual of SyncVX, a plugin for audio sequences made by Waves, a company based in Israel. Here is my first attempt. To create a new marker, set the playhead at the desired location on a sync track and click M or right-click and select Add a Sync Marker. Small flags. And here is the second attempt, the same text recorded on track 2. To create a new marker, set the playhead at the desired location on a sync track and click M or right-click and select Add a Sync Marker. Small flag. They do sound the same, but for obvious reasons there are differences which you hear when we play both tracks together. To create a new marker, set the playhead at the desired location on a sync track and click M or right-click and select Add a Sync Marker. Small flags on either side of the sync marker, circled yellow here, represent the borders of the change caused by the marker. They define the time for the algorithm to fade in, out between the values imposed by the marker, plus its borders, and the original alignment. Drag the borders to change the start and end times of the transition. To fix this, to get this in sync, we had to manually adjust basically every little sound. SyncVX does it in basically one single click after opening the ARA extension where it's sitting. A brief look at ARA, A-R-A that is. It stands for Audio Random Access and was developed by the US music production company PreSonus and the German developers of Melodyne, Celemony. ARA is different from VST in one important aspect. VST applies effects to single tracks, whereas ARA does it with several tracks in a digital audio composition. Melodyne is an ARA plugin. Here you see how it deals with multiple tracks, 2 in my example. Since SyncVX deals with several tracks as well, it is a new ARA extension for music production. When I call up the plugin, it wants to know which track is the reference for the other tracks. I choose track 1, and track 2 will change now, trying to link more or less perfectly to track 1. Small flags on either side of the sync marker, circled yellow here, represent the borders of the change caused by the marker. They define the time for the algorithm to fade in, out between the values imposed by the marker, plus its borders, and the original alignment. Drag the borders to change the start and end times of the transition. There are discrepancies which we could fix with this plugin. Sync track and click M or right-click and select Add a Sync Marker. But all in all, it did a very fine job. I'll use SyncVX in upcoming music productions for the singing voices. Oh, I'm not affiliated in any way with the developers, Waves that is. I purchased the plugin at a regular price. Cheers!